Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here with another look at Bloomburrow. We've got another fully sealed and intact Play Booster Box. We're going to go ahead and crack it open, put the prices of all the rares and mythics on the screen, and then at the end of the video we're going to do the full MTG Box Analysis so we can break down the statistics of this box and do a comparison to the previous Play Booster Box opened up on the channel. So if you're not familiar, play boxes have 36 packs, each with 14 cards, so you get 504 cards plus some tokens in every single box. So we're going to go ahead and start cracking these open. We do have pull tabs, which means that we can save a little bit of time as we get past the first few packs. So for the first few packs, I'm just going to kind of read through every single card. We'll just kind of experience the set, and then we'll speed things up. So we get ourselves a Splash Lasher token, followed by a Psychic Whirl coming in foil, followed by our seasonal full art land, and then we're going to see ourselves a Fecund Green Shell coming in as our rare. Directly behind that, we got ourselves a Short Bow. Then we're going to see a Lupin Flower Village with a Persistent Marsh Stalker. Then we got ourselves a Hunter's Talent, followed by a Barker's Bane Duo. Then we're going to see the Kindle Spark Duo, a Pond Prophet with a Nettle Guard, a Dazzling Denial, a Nocturnal Hunger, and then we're going to see ourselves a Thought Shucker in the back. So you can see more than one rare in a pack. I believe 3 is the max that you can pull. However, my luck with play boosters, especially for Bloomburrow, has been pretty lackluster with regard to the number of rares in a play booster. I think the most I've ever seen is 2. So we got ourselves a Manifold Mouse here, followed by a Sky Skipper Duo. Then we're going to see ourselves another Full Art Mountain. Then we got ourselves an Azure Beast Binder coming in as our rare, followed by a Flowerfoot Swordmaster, a Hoarder's Overflow, an Otterball Antics, Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Then we're going to see ourselves a Rush Shot Duo, Veteran Guard Mouse, a 3-Tree Root Weaver, Sonar Strike, with a Glide Dive Duo, a Night Whirl Hermit, and a Thornplate Intimidator in the back. Alright, this will be the last pack where we go through every single common and uncommon. Then we'll go ahead and start skipping the commons because there are no commons valued over $1. There are, however, 2 uncommons valued over $1, so we'll go through those in a second. So we got ourselves a food token, followed by a Long River Lurker uncommon foil, followed by a Winter Forest. The winters are the most rare of the full art basic lands, however, not a ton of value there. And directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves Balin the Haymaker coming in as our rare, followed by a Valley Rally. Then we're going to see an Oak Hollow Village, a Clifftop Lookout, Shoreline Looter, Might of the Meek, Bumbleflower's Sherepot. Then we're going to see a Longstalk Brawl, followed by a Barkform Harvester, a Banishing Light, a Psychic Whirl, and a Waterspout Warden. Alright, so that's 3 packs of Bloomburrow, so now I think we can start skipping the commons. The 2 uncommons that we're keeping an eye out for is going to be the Patchwork Banner, currently valued just over $3, and the Heartfire Hero, another uncommon that has just popped up over $1, valued at around $1.07. So we've got ourselves an art card here. It's going to be an unsigned art card, so we won't feature the artist. But we are going to see 2 foils. We got ourselves a Longstalk Brawl coming in, followed by a foil Full Art Mountain. And then we're going to see ourselves a Phineas Ace Archer coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Seasoned Warren Guard, a Feather of Flight, and a Brazen Collector with a Splash Lasher and a Bellowing Crier as our first common. And then everything behind that will be more commons. If you're ever interested in the full inventory of a box that I've cracked open, you can always go over to MTG Box Analysis and download the analysis spreadsheet. So we got ourselves a fish token, followed by a Starlit Soothsayer coming in foil with an island. And our rare is going to be a Valley Mightcaller. I think this might be our first rare of value just over $1. Then we're going to see ourselves a Peerless Recycling, a Wandertail Mentor, a Flame Cache Gecko, and a Sinister Monolith with a High Stride as our first common. All right, so the top card in this set is still the 3-Tree City, still valued over $20 in every single frame that we can pull it. And in the play boosters, right, we can see any standard frame card from the set, plus all the borderless and showcase cards. Can't see anything from the Commander subset, though. So we got ourselves a Flowerfoot Swordmaster coming in as our token with a rare Valley Might Caller. So there we go. We got a little back-to-back Valley Might Caller there, which means we should see a second rare in this pack. So before that, though, we got to get through our full art swamp, and we're going to see ourselves a Valley Flame Caller coming in the showcase treatment. Very nice to see that. And that'll do it, just the 2 rares. Then we're going to see a Jolly Gerbils coming in with a Night Fisher, then a 3-Tree Scribe, and a Rabbit Response. So there you go. So there's an example of a double rare pack. I think the other way to do, or the way to get a third one, would be to get a special guest, of which there are 10 of them. Most of them, well, I guess 6 of them are valued over $10. So special guests are something you do want to see and try and get. So we got ourselves an Otter, followed by a Veteran Guardmouse in foil. Then we're going to pick up a Full Art Island with a Caretaker's Talent. Caretaker's Talent, really good rare from the set. Started to build a rabbit deck in Arena. Having a lot of fun with it. Just making a ton of tokens. This along with the Warren War Leader. Put those 2 together and you've got some fun. All right, awesome. Then we got ourselves a Seed Glaive Mentor, followed by a Heartfire Hero. So this is going to be one of the uncommons valued over $1. So awesome to see that. Then we're going to see ourselves a Spellgyre with a Frilled Spark Shooter. All right, so we're about halfway through the first pack. So far the value, I mean, with the exception of Caretaker's Talent, so far the value isn't here, but I'm sure we'll find it. So we got ourselves a non-token token, followed by a Burrow Guard Mentor in foil. Then we're going to see a Full Art Island, or excuse me, Plains, followed by an Emberheart Challenger coming in as our rare. This is probably our second most valuable card of the box. Hooray! And then we're going to see ourselves an Heirloom Epic with a Repel Calamity. And we're going to see a Wix Patrol and a Bramble Guard Captain with Ravine Raider coming in as our first common. So if you're not aware, recently I started putting chapters in the videos. So in YouTube, you can kind of expand the view at the bottom of the screen and you'll be able to kind of navigate through each of the packs. So if you don't have 25 minutes for one of my videos, you can kind of go pack to pack really quickly. Just wanted to point that out. So we got ourselves a non-token token, followed by an Iridescent Vine Slasher, our second foil rare of the box. This one does hold some value for us. And then we're going to see ourselves a Forest with the infamous Cruel Claw coming in as a Mythic hit. This is another valuable card. And look at that, we are going to get a triple rare pack. And our last rare is going to be a Fountain Sport coming in. This rare land does hold some value. And of course, it's a rare land, so you know I love it. Directly behind that, we got ourselves a Lily Splash Mentor with a Hivespine Wolverine, a Husk Burster Swarm, and Head of the Homestead coming in. All right, so our first triple rare pack. Hooray! So I guess technically you could get 4 if one of those was a special guest. That would be kind of cool. All right, so art card unsigned, and we're going to see ourselves a Seed Pod Squire coming in foil with a foil Full Art Forest. And then we're going to see ourselves Aluge the Shoreless Sea coming in as a borderless. Very nice to see this. Does look pretty cool. This is kind of like, it's almost like a schematic or, you know, kind of special borderless treatment. I believe there's 10 or 11 of these and does hold some value, so awesome. That'll be our only rare and or mythic for that pack. Directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Wear Down with a Brightblade Stoat, a Daring Wave Rider, and a Blossoming Blast with a 3-Tree Mascot as our first common. So the one of the other cards that we're definitely looking for is the Innkeeper's Talent. This card is currently valued over $20 out of green. It is probably one of the more sought-after cards in the set after 3-Tree City. Just the ability to put a +1/+1 on a creature every single turn is pretty amazing. And then with the second stage, you can add Ward. All right, so we do have our first signed art card. So I like to feature the artist when we get one of these. So this is going to be Hugs Grizzly Guardian by Steve Prescott. So thank you very much, Steve, for illustrating that card, lending your signature, and drawing our game. All right, so we got ourselves a Rushshod Duo coming in foil with a Full Art Swamp. And then we're going to see ourselves a Salvation Swan coming in as our rare with a Stormcatch Mentor, followed by a Moonstone Harbinger. And then we're going to see a Curious Forger with a Fountain's Port Bell coming in as our first common. All right, that brings us to the last pack in stack number 1, pack number 12. Got ourselves another art card here, probably unsigned. Yep, no signature on this one, but that looks pretty cool. Then we got ourselves a foil Husk Burster Swarm, followed by a full art plane, or planes. And then we're going to see a Thornfault Forager coming in as our rare, with a Starforged Sword, a Flowerfoot Swordmaster, a Coruscation Mage, and an Overprotect with a Bellowing Crier as our first common. All right, so there you go. 1/3 of the box down. We've got ourselves a couple of mythics. We've got ourselves a few valuable cards, one signed art card, lots of foils, and of course, every single pack coming with one of these great seasonal full art lands. All right, let's just start ripping through stack number 2 and see if we can't find some more value and pick up a second card valued over $10. So we got ourselves a food token here, followed by a Curious Forager. Then we're going to see ourselves a full art island with Clement the Worrywart coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see a Ruthless Negotiation, followed by a Repel Calamity, a Splash Lasher, and a Brazen Collector with the Rapid Response. So we still have not seen that Patchwork Banner, right? The other uncommon valued over $1. I bet we'll see it at least one time, but I'm kind of hoping for 2. Another art card here, unsigned. And then we're going to see ourselves a Pearl of Wisdom coming in foil with a full art swamp. And our rare is going to be Camella the Seed Miser, another rare that does hold a little bit of value for us, followed by a Thunder Trap Trainer coming in from blue, a rare that does not hold a ton of value. With a Fireglass Mentor coming in as an uncommon, Feed the Cycle, 3-Tree Scribe, and a Cash Grab. All right, moving into our next pack. Looks like we're going to see a token. It is a Finch Formation token, followed by a Thought-Stalker Warlock in foil, a full art planes, and then we're going to see a Valley Rotcaller coming in from the showcase. This rare does hold a little bit of value. I'm kind of a fan of this frame. I don't know what you all think. Let me know. We got ourselves an Honored Dry Leader, followed by Mabel's Metal. Then we're going to see Harnesser of Storms with a Long River Lurker and an Agate Assault. All right, next pack. All right, this one starts off with a Thornplate Intimidator token with a foil Might of the Meek. Then we're going to see the full art swamp with Alania Divergent Storm coming in as our rare, followed by a Tangle Tumbler. Then we're going to see an Oak Hollow Village, a Rabid Gnaw, and a Gale Wind Moose with a Bellowing Crier as our first common again. Anybody excited for Duskmorn? Starting to see some preview cards come out for that. Getting a little bit excited for the month of October, right? You know, Halloweenish and all of that. So we got ourselves a fish here, followed by, there we go, Patchwork Banner coming in. This is the most valuable uncommon in the set, and we just picked it up in foil, which I know does have a premium, so this should be valued over $3. Awesome. Then directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves a foil island with a Valley Floodcaller coming in the showcase frame, another rare with some value. Then we're going to see a Feather of Flight, a Long Rivers Pull, a Starscape Cleric, with a Wildfire Howl and a Mind Drill Assailant coming in. Getting pretty close to the halfway point. I think we're starting to see some of the values stack up. Would still like to see at least one more card valued over $10. So we've got ourselves a rabbit here, followed by an Intrepid Rabbit in foil. Then we're going to see a rabbit in the plains, followed by a Valley Flamecaller coming in. This is not a rabbit, this is a Lizard Warlock coming in out of red as our rare, with a second rare, a Wishing Well. Neither one of those are going to be high value rares. Then we're going to see a Starseer Mentor, a Plum Creed Escort, a Playful Shove, with a Corpseberry Cultivator coming in as our first common. All right, sliding into our next pack. If I'm not mistaken, we saw 2 art cards in our first play booster that was signed by the artist. Let's see if we can pick up a second one here. We cannot. That is Kitnap, though, I think. Yeah, familiar with that artwork. Then we got ourselves a Mind Spiral coming in foil with a full art mountain and Aluge, the Shoreless Sea. So we already saw Aluge once before, but we're seeing Aluge again, this time in the standard frame. Very cool to kind of get a duplicate mythic in the box. I like that. Then we're going to see ourselves a Gossip's Talent, a Star Charter, followed by a Shoreline Looter, and then we're going to see a Stargaze with a Bravekin Duo. All right. Too bad, you know, we're not seeing ultra high value mythics in this box, but that's all right. The most valuable mythic, though, is Yagra, Eater of All. It's a multicolor, valued just over $15. All of the talents, so the Innkeeper's Talent, the Caretaker's Talent, right, those are all just rares, and so is the 3 Tree City. So the most valuable cards are actually rares, not mythics in this set. Another art card here, unsigned, followed by Druid of the Spade. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swamp with Glarb, Calamity's Augur coming in as a mythic. Does hold a little bit of value for us. Then we're going to see ourselves the Bandit's Talent. Unfortunately, none of the uncommon talent series has really kicked off value-wise, so not a ton of value there. Then we get a Seedglaive Mentor, Harnesser of the Storms, followed by another Patchwork Banner. There we go. So I got my dream. We got ourselves 2 in 1 box. Awesome. Then we're going to see a High Stride as our first common. All right, awesome. So now we just got to get ourselves a Heartfire Duo in foil, and then we will have completed the cycle for the valuable uncommons. Got ourselves another unsigned art card with a Mabel's Metal in foil, a Swamp, followed by a Storm Splitter coming in. This mythic valued over $5. Hooray! Awesome. Then we're going to see ourselves a Jolly Gerbils with a Bramble Guard Veteran, Into the Floodmaw, and a Bellowing Crier as our first common. I think that's the 3rd time that's happened. All right, this pack kicks off with a Bat Token, followed by a Bravekin Duo, this time in foil, followed by a Full Art Island. And then we're going to see a Cruel Claws Heist coming in as our rare, and our only rare, then a Stockpiling the Pantry, Tidecaller's Mentor with Consumed by Greed, and a Long Reverse Pull with a War Squeak coming in as our first common. All right, next pack, going to see ourselves an emblem. This is going to be Ral Cracking Wit coming in as our emblem token. Directly behind that, we're going to see the Thornplate Intimidator in foil with the Full Art Plains, and a Dream Dew Entrancer coming in as our rare with a Harvestide Host, a Mudflat Village, and a Quick Tusk Boar with a Sugarcoat, and a Corpseberry Cultivator. All right, that takes us to our last pack in stack number 2. Assuming the stacks were equal, this should be pack number 24. Got another art card here. It is signed, so we'll go ahead and feature the artist here. If you don't know who that is Jace the Mind Sculptor coming in, illustrated by Justin Gerard. So thank you very much, Justin. Really like the way that you did your signature on that card. Very cool to see that. Thank you. All right, then we got ourselves a Poliwhop in foil, followed by a Full Art Forest, and we're going to see For the Common Good coming in as our rare, followed by a second rare, a Jackdaw Savior coming in. And that'll be it, just the 2. Then we're going to see a Driftgloom Coyote with a Hazel's Nocturne, Calamitous Tide, and a Fountain's Port Bell coming in as our first common. All right, well, there you go. That's 2/3 of the box. Got ourselves 2 signed art cards, one of them being Jace. We've got a Caretaker's Talent, card valued over $10. We've got ourselves 2 Patchwork Banners, plus a whole bunch of other critters that hold some value. So, hooray. All right, stack number 3, last stack, we got ourselves a Fish to kick us off with a Rabid Gnaw, and then we're going to see ourselves an Island with a Whisker Veil Forerunner coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Gossip's Talent with a Lily Pad Village, followed by a Sinister Monolith, a Night Fisher, and a Rabid Response. All right, another art card. Ooh, we have a second signature. We've already seen this art card again, but this is also by Justin. So very cool that the signature is the same. Let's just go ahead and see which card this is. I don't know it off the top of my head. This is going to be Tameo Field Researcher, again, by Justin Gerard. So thank you very much, Justin. And thanks, Watsy, for putting 3 signed art cards in the box. So we got ourselves a foil War Squeak, followed by a Full Art Mountain. Then we're going to see a Valley Flood Caller, another rare valued over $1 with a backup. Zoraline Cosmos Caller, another rare valued over $3, I believe. Awesome to see that. Good pack. Then we got ourselves a Shriek Force, followed by a Hoarder's Overflow, Consumed by Greed, and the Agate Assault. All right, definitely value in this box. Not sure if it'll be a superstar box or if we're just going to kind of break even. Remember, play boosters are more expensive than draft boosters used to be. All right, this signed our card is not signed, with a Dazzling Denial in foil, followed by a Mountain in foil, and then we're going to see 3 Tree City. So they're the most valuable standard frame card that you can pull out of a play booster pack. Awesome to see that. Valued just over $22. Hooray! So we may actually have a really good box here. So let's just put that right over there. Then we're going to see ourselves a Bandit's Talent, followed by a Stormcatch Mentor, a Splash Portal, and then we're going to see a Bramble Guard Veteran with a Ravine Raider coming in as our first common. All right, awesome to see that. That makes me feel really good. So we got the 3 Tree City and the Caretaker's Talent. Now if we can see an Innkeeper's Talent, this box will be gold. All right, art card, unsigned, followed by a Life Creed Duo. Then we're going to see ourselves the Island with a Storm Chaser's Talent. Okay, so this is another one of the rare talents. This is the blue one. Does hold some value for us, so that's our second rare talent. Then we're going to see a Seasoned Warren Guard, a Parting Gust, Persistent Marshstalker with a Flame Cache Gecko, and a Bravekin Duo. All right, this pack is going to kick off with a Rabbit token. Then we're going to see ourselves a Steam Path Charger in foil, followed by a Full Art Forest and a Keen-Eyed Curator coming in as our rare, with a Fabled Passage coming in as another rare. So we've actually picked up all 3 non-basic rare lands, and all of them are valued over $4. So hooray, awesome to see that. So there's the 3 Tree, the Fabled Passage, and the Fountain's Port. Those are the only non-basic lands that are rares in the set. So we got a Burrow Guard Mentor, followed by another Patchwork Banner. Awesome to see that. So that's our 3rd for the box. And then we're going to see ourselves a Hivespine Wolverine with a Pond Prophet. All right. So, I mean, we got $10 worth of value just in Patchwork Banners. Awesome. All right, we got ourselves an Intrepid Rabbit token, followed by a Warren Warleader coming in. This is one of my favorite cards to play out of white right now, with that offspring mechanic. Essentially, you know, if you've got like a doubling season or parallel lives or something, you go ahead and pay the extra 2. Wait until you've got 6 mana. You drop this on the battlefield, and then every time you attack, you can either add a rabbit token twice because you have the offspring, so you have 2 of these guys. Or you can give everybody essentially +2/+2, which is pretty powerful in a sneak attack situation. Love it. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that in our really good pile over there. Then we got ourselves a Full Art Plains with a Kidnap coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Paw Patch Formation, a Hop to It with a Reptilian Recruiter, followed by a Hazel's Nocturne and a Sticky Tongue Sentinel. All right, we are down to, I think, 6 play boosters, so the equivalent of a pre-release kit. I don't expect any more signed art cards, but let's just check. Yep, not signed. I don't know, looks pretty cool. Then we're going to see ourselves a Dowerport Mage coming in as a rare foil. Very nice to see that. Does hold some value. Then we're going to pick up a Forest with a Manifold Mouse coming in as our rare. Not a ton of value there. And then we get a Builder's Talent, Lily Splash Mentor, Bramble Guard Captain, a Bark Knuckle Boxer, and the Bell. All right, moving along, we've got ourselves a Paw Patch Recruit token coming in with a foil Lily Splash Mentor. And then we're going to see a foil Plains with a Dark Star Augur coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see a Wear Down with a Bright Blade Astute, Wildfire Howl, an Autoball Antics, and a Rapid Response. All right, 4 more packs, 4 chances to see that Innkeeper's Talent, which is the only card that I haven't seen that I think I would want to see, other than maybe a special guest. That would be cool. So we got a Corestation Mage with a Hidden Grotto coming in foil. Then we're going to see ourselves an island with an Iridescent Vine Slasher coming in as our rare, another rare with some value. Then an Heirloom Epic, Rockface Village, Playful Shove, and a Starscape Cleric with, there you go, the 4th Bellowing Crier as our first common of the pack. It's not a coincidence how that happens. They of course use algorithms to seed the pack, so that's how track printing was born. All right, our card, unsigned, and we're going to see a Tidecaller Mentor in foil, followed by a Full Art Swamp with a Scrap Shooter coming in as our rare, and then we're going to see a Peerless Recycling, Plum Creed Mentor with a Mind Whisker, followed by a Heartfire Hero, which is that uncommon valued over $1. Almost missed it. Then we get ourselves a Ravine Raider. The Heartfire Hero, you know, unless you got 100 copies, you're not going to have significant value there. But the card is starting to increase in value, which means it's seeing more play. All right, so we got ourselves a Flowerfoot Swordmaster as our common, with a Negate Blade Assassin coming in foil. And then we're going to pick up a Forest with a Gev Scaled Scorch coming in as our rare, another rare valued over $1, with a Mouse Trapper, a Hazelroot Herbalist, Thought Stalker Warlock, and a High Stride. All right, final play booster, and then we'll jump into the MTG Box Analysis. What does this pack have in store? All right, so we got ourselves a Treasure, followed by a Night Fisher in foil. Then we're going to pick up a Forest in foil, and we are going to see a Mythic coming out of green, and it is Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. So this is a card valued just under $10. Awesome to see that, though. I will definitely take that and put that in our good pile. That'll be our only rare or mythic. We are going to see a Vine Reap Mentor, Into the Floodmaw with a Quick Tusk Boar, the Stargaze, followed by the Poliwop, the Frilled Sharpshooter, Head of the Homestead, a Dire Sight, a Warren Elder, then we're going to see Runaway Together, and a Glide Dive Duo coming in as our last card. All right, so give me a moment. I'll get it all sorted, organized, and come right back with the MTG Box Analysis. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people. All by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.